Hi everybody, I am Sherry Murphy with the Ultimate Real Estate Group in Southlake, and I am with Joe New here at Cherry Creek Mortgage. And Joe, last time we visited, we talked about how to prepare for the loan application, but we're still in such a competitive market. We need to know what is the difference between pre-qualification and loan approval, because it's so important to have the loan approval. So can you explain to everyone the difference?
Yeah. So it's a really, really great question. And you're right. This market has been super competitive. It's been really super competitive for 4 or 5 years. But the last 18 months has been like on steroids, right? It's like, I've made 11 offers, and how do I get my offer accepted?
Right, exactly.
And it's not just about, okay, I'll offer to pay the title policy, and I'll offer over asking price, and I wish that was enough, right? So what do we do to come alongside you and really help a client level up their game? A pre-qualification letter is you having a conversation with somebody like me, and we having a conversation about where you work, what you do, what you think your credit's like. Based on my conversation, I'll give you a pre-qual. Right. And that's not worth the paper it's written on, right?
Right. Nowadays, it's not.
And then there's a pre-approval letter. You're pre-approved for the loan. Well, what does that mean? That means that we've actually taken an application, we've pulled credit. It could be that we pull credit, we haven't pulled credit. You have to read the letter, right? Because it has both those on there.
Right.
It can mean that we've run it through DU, LP, desktop underwriting, loan processor, Fannie Mae's engine, Freddie Mac's engine. We take the application, take your credit, we run it through there, and it gives us an automated underwriting approval, right? And that letter says that we've looked at your income, we've looked at your assets, and we run it through AUS, automated underwriting, right? And that we have an automated approval. And I would tell you, and used to, that was enough, right?
Right, it was.
And I will tell you today that you're not ready to go buy a house today.
Exactly.
You're just not.
Right.
So this is what's crazy, right? Is that somebody's gonna fall in love with this house. 10 people are gonna fall in love with this house.
Right.
But only one contract's walking away with this home.
Exactly.
And so how do you level up your offer without doing something crazy, right? Like offering thousands and thousands and thousands over asking price.
Exactly.
How do you be competitive with your offer? Because here's what happens. You've got 6 offers. If they all net out the same, unfortunately, the listing agent sometimes looks at that and says, this one's got 20% down, there's less risk in this loan. And that's simply not true. It may be the only way we can approve these people is to put 20% down. It happens all the time, and the listing agent has no idea because I can't tell them.
Right.
Right?
Exactly, yes.
That's confidential information. It's none of their business.
Exactly.
So if they're all underwritten exactly the same, there's no risk in any of them.
Right.
So what do we do?
Up the game?
Right? So somebody comes to me and says, hey, give me a pre-approval, and I go, hey, I'll give you a pre-approval, but if you don't get this offer tonight, then lean into this idea. Let me have all of your documentation. Let me have your income, your assets, all the documentation, and let's completely underwrite your loan.
Yes.
Right? And it's going to take us 4 to 5 days.
Okay.
You can still shop, you can still do all that.
Right.
Let's go ahead and underwrite the loan, and let me replace your pre-approval letter with a commitment letter. We call it fast track here at Cherry Creek, right?
Okay.
Where we've completely underwritten the loan by an underwriter, and then I give you a commitment letter that's subject to an appraisal, title work, survey, and I can close you in 12 business days.
Right.
Right? And so your third-party financing addendum, typically you have 2 options, right? I need so many days to get my financing in order.
Right.
Or paragraph 2, box 2 is checked that says this contract's not subject to buyer approval.
Exactly.
That means you're waiving that right because you've already done it.
You've already done it.
Right?
Which is huge.
And so all of a sudden your offer looks a lot like cash.
Yes.
Because what happens is you've taken away the ability for the borrower to get out of the contract for financing reasons, right?
Right. Yeah.
They still have the ability to get out of the contract for appraisal issues. You've got plenty of ways to get out of the contract, but not financing.
Right.
But then you've also taken the risk to the seller that you can't get financed out.
Right.
And all of a sudden you look a lot better.
Exactly.
If we leaned into this 2 or 3 years ago, not everybody has the bandwidth to do that, but we do because we think it makes a difference. And here's what happens. the customer has a better experience. We've gone through all the hard work up front. And now you have them, you know exactly what you can and can't do. We know how far we can go because we pre-approve them to the maximum loan amount.
Right, exactly.
And it makes things easier.
It does.
It's a little more work up front, but everything works better.
It does. It makes the process go so much smoother and quicker, faster. Sellers are anxious to sell their homes. They want a fast closing. So this just opens up a whole new door for our buyers, and it's just been a great experience.
It's
when
a deal
we can
changer.
do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is a deal changer.
So thanks. Great question.
Yeah, thank you. So
Thanks for
Joe,
having
how
me.
do they talk? How do they call you? And,
They can call. They can reach me on my cell phone number. I answer it quite often, right?
Yep.
817-721-6067. And then they can also email my team. I have a great team that works with me, and the team email where everybody answers it is Joe New Team. So JOENEW Team TEAM at ccmclending.com.
Awesome.
And somebody will get back to you.
Awesome. And they
Thanks.
do. They get back to you quickly. So everybody, thank you for joining us again on Monday's Mortgage Tips and Information. I am Sherry Murphy with the Ultimate Real Estate Group out of Southlake, and we are ready to serve all of your real estate needs. Thank you.
Thanks.